Hello and welcome back to another episode of RxCraft. This is Amaros. It feels good to finally get the first episode out of the way. I'm not very good at just talking to myself while playing the games, so I'm still getting used to it. If I mumble and mutter to myself, that's just how I am, but hopefully as time progresses and you guys bear with me, I'll get better and better at just kind of explaining my thought process and what I'm kind of doing. This is base. It's a very nice, open, very rugged area. Nice waterfall structure, some lavas over there, and that hole right there actually extends all the way up to this area. I'm thinking I'll call it the cathedral. It's a very nice open area, and I'm thinking I'm going to do something with it. Maybe a glass floor or glass bubble kind of thing right up here at the very top with maybe some kind of waterfall down the side. I don't know quite yet. I haven't quite settled on the architectural style. Maybe some comments might help me get some direction. Mainly I've been focusing on things that'll help with survival, but I'd like to eventually get to the point where I can just design and make some progress. I'm thinking this area right here would make a very nice, master lookout, maybe a castle, and bridge something over to it from here, and maybe have the main part of my base be up here in this saddle, and have some kind of railway, minecart kind of fun thing going along here in the mountain. And most definitely something like a minecart elevator and a shaft to just kind of drop down. I'm debating whether I want to do my strip mining underneath the mountain or move it over in this general direction, maybe towards the ocean. Since we do have BuildCraft, we do have the ability to use quarries. One thing that was recently discovered by us with the move from thermal expansion 2 to 3 is that item ducts and fluid ducts and any kind of ducts in general are actually removed and will be put in their own mod. And unfortunately, that means that we do not have access to it right now. So I have been using the Ender IO stuff, which I am very unfamiliar with. These electrical conduits are very expensive, especially on day 2 or 3 of the game. As you see, I've been having to make some storage here for some simple stuff. I had a just crazy mad mining expedition this past evening. It's one of those things where the resources are so densely clustered that you just don't want to stop. They're just every 10 blocks or so. And as you can see, I got lots of coal, plenty of iron and silver ore. I had 3 stacks of redstone just about, so I got quite a bit here in my box. I even killed an enderman or 2. I did get killed by an enderman or 2, but hey, those ender pearls are really going to help us out for when we actually make some additional things using some of the higher end piping and whatnot, like item ducts. They require ender pearls to make. Ooh, very expensive. This little nightlight right here, I'm actually going to use to make myself another portal so we can have easier access to Turkanil's base and provide him with easier access to our equipment here. This is actually the sag mill. It's going to basically act like a pulverizer, except for it gives us a little bit of extra reward down here. We'll get the iron powder, a chance for some ferrous, I believe, and a miscellaneous other. We'll see what pops out. I know it produces cobblestone in addition. This here, as you see, I've already been trying to smelt down some of the egregious amount of resources that we collected last night. And I have so much resources now for such an early time in the game. I decided to treat myself with a full set of iron armor. I have 41 levels and just waiting to make myself an enchanting table, just so I can actually use those and not have to worry about dying, because I'm sure it'll happen. I have made the first farm, and I was actually planning on using the Buildcraft piping, putting an obsidian pipe right here so that I could just suck in all this stuff. It works kind of like a hopper, but I can actually put a small engine on it to increase a range, and it will even suck through floors. But I've tried this design out in our 1.64 world, and having an unpowered obsidian pipe in this central spot here will actually work very well for us. All I need to do is put a dispenser in each of these corners here and have a redstone setup where I just punch a button here and the water will get dispensed. All of this stuff will get washed to the center, go into the pipe, and hopefully either pop out into a chest here or here. I am not quite sure. Right now I got it here. I started with wheat so I could feed some of the cows I've captured, but have since grown from 2 potatoes to an entire farm worth. And as you can see, we got some baked potato here. It's actually a very easy food to make, and with this kind of mass production, the only thing I have to worry about is the time it takes to plant. With the dispensers able to drop water and flow to the middle, then it makes it very easy to get about 100 potatoes in one go. And all I have to do is come back and check on it every now and then. Like right now, they're actually able to be harvested, but I'm not going to waste your time with that. Now these cows are not in a very good place to actually utilize them, so I plan on building a nice little cow farm here, probably of a design that Mumbo Jumbo has actually used in the past, and there's quite a few tutorials out there for more than just him who have made it. So I have cleared out this area here to get prepared for that. And this area just goes right outside. I might use that as a side entrance to the base. I don't know yet. But I have actually cleared out this area quite a bit here, thinking I'll make kind of a crescent or a open-sided glass face here to keep anything from dropping in on us unannounced, but give us a nice open feel. This ceiling is most certainly going to go up a little as I go and work out kind of the geometry from a website, and so I can map it. There's not a whole lot of room in that direction there, because it kind of ends right there and snakes around to that big opening I showed you. So I'm thinking I might make a staircase through here, or maybe even have it come up the face of the cliff so that we can get a nice view of the village and that waterfall over there. And most likely go out this back entrance here, maybe up or down. There is some zombies and such on the map, so I'm assuming there's a ravine or a cave system back there that we're going to have to deal with. And who knows, maybe I'll take Etho's method of just kind of having kind of a man cave thing where I just kind of follow the natural shape of a ravine and cave system and just kind of hollow it out a little bit, go for a wood and natural feel to it, as opposed to this nice cold hard stone and glass that I'll have going on here in the front. I'll probably lighten that up with a few bushes and dirt blocks. I am not sure. I am more than happy to try any suggestions, so if you have any, just leave them in the comments. I'll continue smelting and building up my reserves. See, even more iron hiding in that chest with all of our coal. I think we'll have plenty of ability to make an aqueous accumulator here to feed our steam dynamo to make sure it stays topped off on water. We won't have to worry too much about our coal source because obviously we have a whole lot of it, and with the thermal expansion stuff working in this version, we won't have a whole lot to actually spend that on. So it looks like we got a lot of iron powder now. Let's go ahead and get that inserted here. We can actually queue up to 3 slots. Unfortunately, it doesn't pull from all 3 slots at the same time. That would be wonderful, wouldn't it? But still, being able to stuff 3 stacks of 64 in there and not have to... Oh, it looks like it does do all 3. Never mind. So this is definitely going to be a lot faster than our redstone furnace that we were using before with just thermal expansion. So Ender IO is going to be a fine mod to continue working with. Since they don't have the equivalent of a sawmill, I had to go ahead and build one. That's why I got so much wood here and chests coming out the ears, because all I had to do was go chop down a few of those archaea trees and we had plenty of wood. Now I just need to worry about what I'm going to do with all the sawdust that this thing makes here in the extra slot. Got this little redstone engine just to keep us kind of topped off when I'm not running the steam dynamo. Yep, this will be great. We will take a quick break and see about maybe building some redstone stuff to make sure we're set on food before we start having any more adventures. Okay, we are back, and we have been smelting for quite some time. We are on the tail end of it, trying to combine all these into our iron ingots. I had to add the extra engine to get this going because I am not a very patient person. So we have 2 sags and 2 alloy combiners here so that we can get the process moving a lot faster. I did add an igneous extruder so I could get some obsidian for that lava bucket I had in the corner. I used all of it actually to get some obsidian so that we can actually make a crafting table, well, an enchanting table, excuse me. Because as you can see, I am now level 50 because all of the experience I get for pulling these bars out of the furnaces here. So we are in dire need of an enchanting table. But in order to get an enchanting table, not only do we need the obsidian, but we also need to make books. Lots and lots and lots of books. I got some sugar cane in here, but I only have 3 leather. So it is time to make use of these cows and actually build a cow farm. This is the framework we're going to use. It is Mumbo Jumbo's cow farm that he is modified so that it actually does not require the little hopper clock nor a comparator, which makes it a little light on the resources and very nice for our purposes right now. I'm going to see if I can even remember exactly how it all goes together. So we got the chest and the hopper. We put a slab on that. We're going to stack some glass here. I believe we have some glass up front so we can actually see what's going on in there. The cows are kind of noisy, so just bear with us on that. Let's see, we need some dirt for some temporary blocks. They're glitching through the wall. Alright, so we have a dispenser here. Need a temporary block here. We have a dispenser here. Need a piece there. Alright. Build the framework. So we're going to have buttons along the front here. Looks like we might actually have to get rid of that half slab. across. As you can see, we're not going to have enough height just yet to actually feed the cows when we're done, but that's not a big concern. We can just hollow it out a little bit more. Comparator coming out here, going into this block. No, we don't. That was actually a sticky piston so that we can have a monostable circuit here. So we have comparator. Let the cows out, unfortunately, but that's probably not going to be very good for us. I think we needed to take a few out anyway. Look. Hey, look at that. We got one caught. That's exactly where they need to be. Fortunately, they're on the cook's side. Just don't tell him that. Alright, let's go ahead and get that in place. Go into here. We will want to put that there. Put this one here with ticks. Redstone. Might have made it one too tall. Maybe. No, that looks like it lit up, so we are doing good. Let's go ahead and put a water bucket in here so we can make sure that it works. No, it does not. Some signal's gonna come out of there. Looks like we'll have to raise the buttons. That's probably where I got it wrong. There we go. There is a design that uses a sticky piston here to push the cows, but we are not using that design at the moment. It might be a consideration for later if we get the babies getting stuck. That will keep the water from flowing on down. Let's go ahead and put that here, here. That's going to control our cooker. Alright, I know what my problem was. First off, I got rid of the middle button, lowered this one down here. Problem with this setup was I just needed to lower that button so it would trigger the repeater I put back there, power, trigger this. A couple ticks later it will remove the lava and remove the blade. So really not a whole lot needed to be altered. It looked like I had it pretty close. So now the next trick will be getting our cows up and into there. The way I have heard recommended is by using water to kind of wash them into it. I'm actually going to try using wheat. It's been recommended using a lead would be a good idea as well, but I think it's going to be an interesting challenge either way with how tight of quarters we have up there. I'm going to have to figure out how to get these guys to climb like some dirt stairs to actually get them up there. So let me go ahead and play around a little bit, and I will be right back so that I don't bore you with a lot of failure attempts, although it probably would be funny. Alright, I have found a way to get the cows in. Hop them up some dirt stairs, trap them in here, bring the food out, and just kind of push them into the hole. It's a little bit of work, but as you can see, I've got like 8 or so in there now. Let's go make sure we got them all. I don't want some running around our camp here, mooing up a storm. Looks like we may have to implement that sticky piston idea just to get these guys to move along a little when they spawn little babies. There we go. See, so we can go and just feed them. Actually, it probably needs a little bit of water to work properly, so let's go ahead and put our redstone back, clean out some of this dirt, put there to prevent them from falling through. On. Oh, I grabbed the water bucket tray. to use it to see if we could get them to flow in there. They weren't really taking that too well. Alright, let's go see if we can feed them now. Probably going to want an easier way to do this. So let's go ahead and look and see. It looks like they're spawning just fine. Of course, the experience balls we're not going to be able to pick up because we're a little level capped. We'll just place a ladder to get up there. Shouldn't be too bad on us. I'm thinking I'm going to get the source cows to about 20 to 25, maybe a little bit more, since I don't really want to wait too long in order to pick up items. There's a chicken farm we're going to implement shortly as well, which is going to actually allow us to get lots of feathers for arrows and some raw chicken that we can trade to the nearby villagers. But those guys are very noisy as well, so we'll probably put them here next to the cows, so all the noise is in one place. Maybe we'll use the old stable here. It's kind of a larger design. I've slightly modified it so that the eggs that come down into the collection actually get piped back up to a dispenser that I put up in the hatch area, and it'll auto dispense the eggs if you just flip a lever from keeping eggs to reusing them and more chicken in the source area, and it has the cooker area at the bottom. Looks like we're almost there on the bars. We'll shortly have plenty of leather so that we can make a nice little enchant area. Hopefully be able to use these 50 levels and maybe, just maybe, get something like a fortune pickaxe. I do have 6 diamond right now, so that we can actually get a very good pick if we would like. Or we could just save it for something else and use these levels on a iron axe. But I think that should do it for right now. I'm just going to be feeding cows, maybe thinking of a few more things we can do, maybe get the ceiling raised a little bit, and we'll see what happens next. Thank you for watching, and if you have any comments or suggestions, go ahead and put them below. And that is it for today.